The red-shouldered hawk. A long time ago, I found a red-shouldered hawk's nest. That was when I was a boy, not much older than you are. It was 50 feet up in a beech tree. I climbed to the nest to take a picture. It was hard work. My camera was too heavy to carry with me while I climbed, so I tied 3 strings to it. When I reached the nest, I pulled the camera up, very slowly to be sure. 10 feet below me, one of the strings broke. 5 feet more, and another one snapped. The 3rd string was strong. I got my camera. If the 3rd string had broken, the camera would have smashed to pieces. The nest was very beautiful. It held 3 eggs. It was made of sticks and lined with green hemlock branches. The mother bird probably put the green branches there to keep the nest cool while she sat on it. The eggs were white, spotted with brown. At the end of 4 weeks, the eggs hatched. The young hawks were much like baby chicks. They were fuzzy and white. But of course, they couldn't run around like young chicks. They were quite helpless at first. As they grew older, the brown feathers began to show. The old hawks fed them a good many things. Sometimes insects, and a snake now and then. They were fed many mice. When the babies grew older, they could swallow a mouse whole. The lucky young one would then do a dance. It would jump up and down and flap its stubby little wings. It would look very happy. 2 of the 3 young birds finally left the nest. I never knew what happened to the other one. The next year, 3 more eggs were laid, but they never hatched. I was told that 2 boys who lived on the next farm shot one of the birds. Its mate left the woods. The red-shouldered hawk is not as common near our town as it used to be. We used to think of it as a spring bird, like a robin or a bluebird. It calls ki-yoo, 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 as it soars over the woods. When we heard this, we knew that spring had come. We call it the singing hawk. To the boy on the next farm, it was just an old hen hawk. That is why he shot it. Not once did we find a chicken in the nest, though. Once in a great while, the red-shouldered hawk probably does take a chicken, but not when there are plenty of mice. It really is the farmer's friend. It's a better mouse catcher than most cats. There is a true story about one of these hawks that went into a chicken coop. It did not go in to eat the chickens, however. There was a piece of meat lying there. The hawk visited the chicken coop every day for 2 weeks to eat the meat. It never touched a chicken. It did catch rats, though. One day the old rooster stood only 4 feet away from the hawk. When the leaves turn brown, the hawks leave. High over the earth they fly. They float along the tops of the hills and the mountains. Always they head south. Sometimes they join other hawks, red-tailed hawks. Broad-winged hawks are flying down south, too. When they pass over a city, they go higher. People do not notice them then. A few of them stay all winter. They sit around dead trees and look very, very cold indeed. There are 5 races of red-shouldered hawks. They look very much alike. 4 of them are found east of the Rocky Mountains, from southeastern Canada to Florida and Texas. The 5th one, called the red-bellied hawk, is found near the Pacific coast, chiefly in California. It is very scarce.